Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We are here with comedians Dana Goldberg and Jessica Kirson. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Kirson. So we're going to have a little conversation. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk to the ladies about what's going on in the world, about Pride, what Pride means to them. So welcome. I'm Dieta. Introduce yourself to everybody out there so they know who you are. I'm Dieta.
Jesse, you want to go?
Oh, Dana, you go.
No, really, please, after you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dana Goldberg.
I'm Jessica Kirson.
Y'all are too much already.
Okay.
If we just started.
All right. I'm Dana Goldberg. She's Jessica Kirson.
I'm Jessica Kirson, yeah.
So welcome. So let's just start. We just kind of, warm up, get into the interview, but we've talked before we started recording, so we're just going to jump right off into some stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What does Pride mean to you? Dana, you go first. What does Pride mean?
Okay, good. I like that Jessica bought a comedy club and I bought a plant in the pandemic, but Jessica bought a comedy club.
I didn't buy this comedy club. And I hate the way I look right now. But anyway, Dana, go on.
No, you look beautiful. And okay, so thank you. We're just going to have a love fest. Yep. What does Pride mean to me? I think especially right now in this climate, political climate we're living in, Pride for me is visibility. It's celebrating the 50 years that we have had since Stonewall of us fighting tooth and nail for our rights, and then taking 5 steps forward and 10 steps back with Trump and Pence, and hopefully we can get back in a forward motion. But for me, it's being out on stage, it's being vocal about what I believe in, and it's not hiding who I am just to please other people in this world.
God,
so
I could not have said it better myself. That was amazing.
I took what you sent me. I'm sorry, that was what you were going to say. I actually, when you sent me the answer, I just read it.
I thought it sounded familiar. I'm like, where have I heard that before?
Yeah, your mom sent it to me.
Okay, anyway, are you guys sleeping together? No, you're not. You're not
Me and your mother?
Yeah.
No, I only make out with one person in the family. That was you. Jessica Kirson and I made out years ago.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was just like in a hotel. It was one of those things we were saying goodnight. Like I tell you, we were saying goodnight and we were like, should we kiss? And we both went, yeah. And then we went to bed in separate rooms. That was it. And we've been dear friends ever since.
We should have done more.
Yeah, I was tired. We had a gig.
Yeah. I'm always tired.
I was hungry. I needed a snack.
Yeah, I'm always hungry too. Well, everything you said was exactly how I feel. And it is about being prideful and celebrating who you are. And it took me a long time to be okay with myself. And I think it's so important, especially for people who are in the entertainment business and people like us who have an audience, and we can really talk about who we are and how proud we are. And I have children, and pride is very, very important to me for them to see, and for them to know that they should always be accepted and be true to who they are. I'm praying they're all lesbians. I mean,
let's hope.
Yeah, I have 4 daughters, so I'm just trying to make them dykes. My wife and I, we just do everything we can, take them to football games, and we bought them tool belts and we named them all Hillary.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
I love it.
That's awesome. So do either of you now, Jessica, I'm gonna ask you this question since Dana went first last time. You go first this time. So do you remember your first Pride Fest you went to? And what was that like?
My first Pride Fest was probably when I was like, oh boy, maybe 22, 23 in New York City. It was unreal just being around that and seeing it and walk. I mean, I was just like, I was in heaven. I felt so like just not alone. I saw so many things I had never seen. It was so incredible and fun and funny and beautiful. And I loved it. It was a blast for me. It was a coming out, more of a coming out. It was incredible.
I love that you had New York City. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So my first Pride, I don't remember the one in Albuquerque. What I do remember is driving across country with a caravan of lesbians to Long Beach Pride, because it was huge and still is. But I remember being on the Queen Mary, hey, and making out with someone in a booth. I mean, I guess I'm a kissing bandit. I mean, that's the story of all this. Every story I tell is going to end with me making out with a stranger.
Well, that's good. That's called a common Saturday night now.
Exactly. Well, not anymore. You better
Well,
stop
this is
touching each
COVID,
other.
right?
Stop touching each other. Put on masks. Just stop touching each other for a little while. We'll
Yeah.
get
Well,
through this.
my main job is to talk about sex. And so
Mm.
I do preventative measures to stop the spread of HIV and STIs. So
Nice.
CDC, I have to go out and tell people the best sex partner you can have during COVID is yourself. Masturbation is your best option.
Yeah.
You want to mix it up, use the other hand. I hear
Yes.
you. I hear
Yes.
you.
So, and it's, when I go to family reunions and I tell everybody, y'all don't be making out. Masturbation is your friend. And my family I come up.
Okay. Dieta, if you're having to go to family reunions and telling people not to make out, I think there's bigger discussions to have. If everyone at that place is related and you're telling them, okay, got it. West Virginia.
No, I tell my
Everything's relative in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I tell my daughters the same thing every night before they go to bed, that just masturbate, even the 1-year-old twins.
Yes. Yeah. So I knew this was going to be fun. I remember I said, what's off limits? We've already jumped into it. So if I say I was a young comedian and I want to start doing stand-up, what advice would you give me? And how do you handle a rough crowd?
Jesse, you take this one.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't your dream. Don't ever do what we've decided to do. Dana and I have been doing this she's been probably doing it around the same time. I've been doing it 21 years. I don't know how long she has, but excuse me, I have COVID. No, I'm joking. I didn't mean that. It's not even funny. I have SARS. But we've been doing it a really long time, and now I'm in my walk-in closet. So I'm back in the closet. Doing stand-up. So I don't know. I'm being silly. I do think that if you have a dream to do stand-up, you should try it. I always tell people that. Do it. I was petrified to do stand-up, and I fought that fear and I started doing it and fell in love with it. But really it's hard to say this now because of what's going on, but it's really stage time.
Yeah.
I know.
And now just get as many Zoom rooms as you can. Just sign up for as many Zoom rooms as you possibly.
That's what we're doing. Because it's hard now, but really that's the great thing to do. And you learn over time how to deal with difficult shows because we've all bombed so many times. I mean, it's just something you learn how to do and handle in your own way. But
I'll say this though, and I'm going to tout my friend Jessie because I know she won't do it herself. Jessica Kirson is one of the best comedians I've ever seen handle a heckler, taking command of a stage, no matter what's happening in the room. She does not let it, that I've ever seen, at least outwardly, throw her off of her show. She's one of the most brilliant improv crowd working comics I've ever seen. So Jessie, you should know that. And we in the industry all feel that way. It's amazing to watch. It is a crash course in how to deal with a rowdy audience.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're amazing. Dana is unreal. I mean, I have to give you kudos too. You guys have to follow Dana and watch her stuff. She's brilliant and she is so honest and real and a fighter for human rights. It's unreal. Like so many comics are just funny to be funny and tell good jokes, but not only are you a great writer and performer, incredible comic, but you really do fight for what's right. And you're very outspoken. And a lot of people don't do that. They don't take those risks.
Yeah, and I'm sure I piss some people off, but I'd rather be doing that right now than staying silent. So
exactly.
Yes, because everyone's voice is important and everyone's voice should be heard.
Absolutely.
Yes. So what's your favorite time to do stand-up, other pre-COVID or whatever?
At 8 o'clock at night, or 11 in the morning. No, my favorite time to do stand-up. Do you really mean like time of day or like?
I mean your favorite, not like at 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, when's your favorite? Like, when do you spurt? Spring or fall, summer, winter? It's like drag. We hate drag in the summer, but we love it in the winter.
Of course you do.
My God. Well, I will say this, we were talking about PrideFest. I love performing at PrideFest, except the stages being outside in the middle of the summer when it's 500 degrees is like a comedian's worst nightmare. It's different for like bands and things like that where the audience is going, but to look out in a sea of people with you have absolutely no reverberation of sound back at you. So you think people are laughing because you can see them moving, but you really don't know. Pride Fest, it's so nice to be performing in front of our people. And it's also like a nightmare sometimes, depending on the setup. So if you're going to hire a comedian to perform at Pride, give them a tent, give them an air conditioner, and give some people some places to sit down. Otherwise, you're going to lose some folks.
Okay. I love that. So thank you. So next time we have you all come, we'll have you like in air conditioning in a tent.
Thank you. Honey, we're two Jews. We don't want to be sweaty outside.
I was just thinking the exact same thing that you just said. I'm not kidding. It's like performing in the summer for me is just outside. I'm sorry, not inside, but yeah, it's not easy. I love performing I like performing in the fall and the winter. I don't know why. I just do. I like that people, come in the club, they're cold, they warm up, they have a drink and just yeah, but the summer two Jews with this hair.
It's just huge.
I mean, this is a fake plant and it's dying. So
I was
I'm not
say,
killing it.
Your plant looks like it's dying. I didn't know it was fake.
And it's a fake plant and I'm killing
it.
a
fake plant.
Yeah.
But I'm in a library like I'm smart. And everyone knows I'm dumb. Okay. I can't spell cat without a C and a T.
No, you stop it.
No. So I don't know. Is there anything you want to say to our audience before we sign off? I know we've been chit-chatting, but it's been my pleasure to talk to you all and get to know you all and admired you all from afar. And hopefully one day I can be a good, funny stand-up like you all.
No, you can do anything.
Huh?
Girl, you can do anything. Jesse, if I may, this is what I'll say, especially the people in St. Louis, Middle America. This is 41 years for St. Louis Pride, and it's one of the only free Pride Fest left in the country. So if you have an opportunity to go support your local artist, to get out there and see the entertainment, go do it, especially during this time and moving forward. I know we can't get together in person, but find your communities. Make sure you share things like this to get the artists out there. And just remember that this is temporary. We are going to get through this. Pence and Trump are not hopefully going to be in office after November 3rd. Get out there and vote. That's what I'm asking. Last election, 14% of the LGBTQ community voted for Trump, and you saw what he did to our rights. Don't let this happen again. So if I can say anything using the humor with the humanitarian efforts Jessica was talking about, get off your ass, take someone with you, and go vote. I don't care if you have to wear a complete diving suit. Be safe, put on a mask, get out to the polls, mail it in, whatever you need to do. Just let's get this guy out of office. That's it.
Yeah, I love what Dana just said. I want to tell you, you've done a great job, and you're so beautiful and down to earth. And I joke around all the time, but I appreciate you winging it with me because I talked about my daughter's masturbating. Anyway, so I am very, very grateful to be here. I love doing any Pride and especially this one. This is great. And like Dana said, go out and vote. I just want to say, in addition, you're all beautiful. You're beautiful just the way you are. And you really just live your life, be silly. This is such a hard time, but it's so important to try and find humor in things and act silly in life. And even if you dance one day in your house or fool around, make faces and voices, and I do that every day in my house, literally. I just try to lighten up because it's just so hard right now. And I'm sending everyone my love, and I'm so glad to be here with both of you.
Jay, and if I could say one more thing, and it's we have to acknowledge in our community that there is a hierarchy of privilege, even within our community, and with everything what's happening right now, the Black Lives Matter movement. It's important that those of us, and even above me, that have more privilege than others need to start using that privilege to protect the most marginalized within our community. And that means Black trans women, that means Black trans men, that means our trans community. So please, when you're out there and you're marching with the Black Lives Matter, just remember Black trans lives matter. If all Black lives matter, then we're doing what we need to. But if we don't include the trans community within that, the movement just isn't working. So make sure you protect even the most marginalized within our community so we can get to where we're going.
Yes.
I almost want to start crying because
I will hold you close. I will hold
you.
all my sisters. Yes, close. We have to stand up for each other right now.
because we say that all the time. I say those in our community with privilege need to help those in the community without privilege.
I know.
Because when certain community members, not to name any community sectors, needed help, we were there. We're there to fight alongside you. We took care of you during the AIDS crisis, when you needed Don't Ask, Don't Tell to be repealed, when you needed marriage equality passed, we were there to fight for you. Now we just need you to reciprocate and fight for us. Especially,
absolutely.
I say the same thing you say, Dana, that all Black lives won't matter until Black trans lives matter. So
I mean, this movement, the riot started with a Black trans woman. I mean,
yes.
We have to remember where our fight started. And so
yes.
it's, I don't want to single out anyone, but there's a lot of cis white men that have been able to achieve so much more within our community than our Black brothers and sisters. And I just hope that you know that and that you use that for a greater good, especially right now.
Yes, and that's what I preach all the time, is that. And
yeah,
we need to come together as a community and support our trans community, because that's was the foundation and the start of how we all got the rights that we have today. So
absolutely.
I love you both, and I appreciate you both, and thank you for
Thank you for everything.
And I can't wait to meet you all in person when we get, like you said, we're gonna get through this.
Yeah. It was a lot of day drinking and a little bit of Xanax, but we're gonna get through this.
We're gonna get through this. Yes, we're gonna get through this, because on November 3rd, we're gonna drop that turd out of all.
Oh God, please.
Happy Pride, everybody. Jesse, I love you. Dieta, thank you.
Love you guys. Happy
Bye.
Pride.
Bye. Y'all take care.